How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here with the final episode of Orphan Black Season 4, and I'm so excited to see how they do cap this off, because this season has probably been my favourite season so far. I think I can, say that with guarantee. And usually their endings are pretty explosive, and considering the role that this season has been on, I'm expecting really great things. But then again, I did think Season 3's ending was better than Season 2's ending. I don't know. I get that feeling, of course, but considering the fact that I do think Season 2 is the second best season of the show so far, but I'm expecting great things, because like I said, this season has been on a roll, especially the second half of this season. I mean, it has been throughout, especially delving into Beth's story, but yeah, I'm really excited to see where things go, especially with Rachel now, spearheading the illusion, I guess, now that she got Evie, in shit trouble, literally. Like, she got screwed big time, but it was just perfect and genius, and I just loved it. So, we've also got to see Delphine as well, back with Cosima, hopefully before anything bad happens, because I do have that worry, like I said in the last episode, of course, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens, of course. But yeah, I'm hoping they do end this on a really great high, of course, because, like I said, this season has just been phenomenal. Best season, probably. I think I could say that with guarantee. No, it's just the story, the quality. It's just felt so amazing and so surreal, and I've just been loving this season so far, especially with, how Neo-Illusion have made themselves a really big threat, and how they've, put the leaders in a vulnerable position, especially in episode 6, of course. They've actually felt that, threat, and I've really been loving it. So the quality of this season has just been absolutely great. I'm going to start the camera before we do get recording. But yes, the finale of Season 4. Looking forward to seeing how this does close out what has been a fantastic season. So with that said, let's go. Of course, this motherfucker. Of course. Even in death, he's still a bitch. Oh boy. Crystal, go on! It's him! The guy in the... yes. The eye situation. I just want to say, I was expecting some kind of Cosima thing. Like when Cosima was knocking on death doors, she saw Delphine. I was expecting the reverse.
And the sequences remain stable in each lineage.
Yeah, it worked.
Woo!
It really worked.
Something's gonna happen.
Well done, Cosima.
Oh, just look at your children.
Why don't you resequence the other subcultures? I will be back.
Something's gonna happen.
Cosima?
No, oh no.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just,
My worries.
I just need a glass of water.
No, we're not dealing with this shit. Come on.
Work, Evie. I promise it won't be for nothing.
No!
Oh shit.
None of this is my fault! It's
False
Susan
around.
Duncan and her clothes!
Yeah. Oh. What the shit?
You built it. Let it take you.
What? They just cancelled out all of the things that have fixed her up.
She looks nothing like me. Like, first of all, my tits are way bigger.
Wow.
If you could drag a comb through that hair, she's like a 7 on a good day, and I've been told I'm a 10.
There's a point about your hair.
Okay, so you guys
Sarah's just like,
have
what,
literally
bitch?
no idea what's going on. It's so cute. So let me lay it out for you straight, okay? This is about human experiments and two factions fighting to control
Two
them.
factions, two Neo-Illusion factions.
That's right. Oh.
Right? So we have Estee Lauder, okay? And then we have this Swedish company called Neo-Illusion.
It's
Convert.
Oh yes, because he could See, you should.
Rachel?
Oh, ears.
Who's this?
Poor Ira.
Hello.
He's just a toy.
He has his socks on.
What do you want, Ira?
Finally, we can restart human cloning.
Oh, Lord.
I can scarcely believe it.
Congratulations, Mother.
The illusion will
This
back
is
you.
great.
Board has been convened, and Evie has been firmly
Why
retired.
did they leave the door? It's like they're asking to get caught.
I want you both to be there.
No problem, Rachel.
No happy days,
Let's
no
reconvene
happy
the board
celebration.
without her.
Rachel, when the illusion has a board, there's always a bloody board.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, in some sense, I do hope she does have power again.
Evie had no baseline. And Susan has no balls.
Oh
So
my
let's
god.
talk clones, shall we?
We have a saying. The illusion follows the science.
This is bad,
But it
but
doesn't
this
throw the
is
deformed
good.
baby out with the bathwater, if you know what I mean.
We're listening.
Clones are wholly patented, farmed and monitored lab animals. We can now produce them generation after
This
generation.
is the thing though, they can
So
test
I
them.
propose operation supersedes their citizenship, their personhood. So why grant them this illusion of freedom?
Oh my
If
god.
we want to know if our lab rats' tails will grow back, we damn well will cut them off and see!
It's a giant ass swan. Oh, is that
You'll go with you, love.
No, this is my thing. I'm doing this alone.
Wait, is that where Delphine is
Bloody
though?
Rachel, isn't it?
No, it's because it's Cosima.
Rachel, you are owned.
A legal description which I can rewrite.
Especially when she has this power.
And when the
Oh
lobbying has
no.
ended and the laws have passed, who would you choose?
Every Sarah, every Cosima, I regret making you.
Oh, ouch. You
Sorry,
are.
Rachel.
There's knives there as well. Oh shit. Run. Oh shit.
It's not up to you anymore, Mother.
Wanted to cancel her out.
Don't fall asleep.
Boy. I'm actually worried. I'm actually bloody worried. Oh, she's gonna stumble upon Susan. If she's still, I don't think she's alive though. I mean, she wasn't looking for killing her, but she could be gasping for air.
Retreat, Cosima.
Oh shit! Holy fuck!
No, Rachel!
She's gonna kill her. Oh!
You were until Beth's child walked off that train platform.
No!
I was raised for this.
Oh, I've not missed this.
My time.
Holy shit!
I'm the chosen daughter, whether you like it or not.
No! Holy shit! Please, please, Delphine, please. I just have no idea if she. Oh my lord! Oh man, this is beautiful. Come on, Cosima, come on. Come on, we don't want you to bite the dust. Come on.
I'm right here.
Come on. You're warm.
Let me keep you warm.
I think I'm dying.
No. No. Oh. I love that. I love that.
Who built my eye? You know. It's the man behind the curtain. The man who wrote the book over his...
I knew it!
That's impossible. Not for him.
I was thinking of something, and I think my suspicions are true. Oh!
You found your cure. You can shoot me up like old times. I will.
But you must not tell anyone.
So she's got it. Oh my... Of course they were on the run, so... Awesome! Awesome! Oh no... Guessing this is some kind of bargaining shit, like, Rachel's gone too far, you're gonna help me, or this shit will happen. I mean, to be fair, Sarah hasn't got a choice, Rachel has gone too far.
Congratulations.
Partially.
Mr. Westmoreland will see you now.
Ooh. Is this him? Oh. Evil Rachel! No! No! That episode was a fantastic finale. I just really love how perilous how damaging well, I wouldn't say it's all damaging, of course, but it is for the most part damaging for the characters we're rooting for, but not if you're rooting for Rachel, of course, because I've got a few people who do love Rachel, and morally, it's wrong, of course, with what she's doing, but there will be some people who'll be like, oh, she's so evil, it's so good, and you can't help but root for her. So, yeah, there's that. But, you know, in terms of rooting for your heroes, it's not looking too, shabby, is it? I mean, we've got Sarah who's wounded, not just that, but of course, Mrs. S and Kira are held hostage by Ferdinand, which is really, really great. Rachel has her hands on most of the cells, of course. I say most because Cosima managed to snag a few. That's the upbeat thing, like Cosima's part. Even though she was, I wouldn't say as close as season 2's ending, where, she was just lifeless. She was just trembling, though. But yeah, she was lifeless, so that is pretty much of a bummer. But on the plus side, she, like I said, managed to snag a few samples, of course, and reunites with Delphine, so it's a kind of a happy-ish ending, even though she's, gone through hell, like, literally in this episode, but she's gone through hell with losing Delphine. Well, episode 6 it was revealed that she lost Delphine, but she's gone through hell this season, and it's just been, I feel like, funnily enough, with the fact that, Cosima's always tied up to tell Delphine in the past few seasons, I do feel like season 4 has probably been her strongest season, and I just really, really, like, a lot of the times we've seen, Cosima, especially in episode 7, when she was, taking risks, I felt that was really, really, passionate stuff. And not just that, but her interactions with Susan. I'm thinking back to when she infiltrated Brightborn, of course, and debated ethical, subjects when she discovered what happened to the babies, of course. it's just been a spectacular season for Cosima, in my opinion, and I've just felt like this season was her season to shine, so it was brilliant stuff to go through this season with Cosima, but it's a kind of a happy-ish ending, of course. Not so happy about dying, well, nearly dying, should I say, but, I mean, she's got a few of the samples, so all hope is not lost for a cure. And she's reunited with Delphine. So I take that as a win, even though you're in a bit of a shitty position. I take it as a win for you. Of course, like I said, it's not all well and good, of course, but, we'll muster through it. I mean, of course, Rachel has her shoddy ambitions, though, with, restarting human cloning and using them as test subjects, of course. Now, I know Susan's ambitions were a bit, was a bit disheartening, of course, considering the fact that, she's using this opportunity as a way to restart human cloning, and Cosima doesn't want, the clones to have the same experience that, most of the leaders had, especially with, the side effects, like, the fertility issue, of course, with most of the leaders, the, seizures that, the casters had. Of course, we've got Susan who's like, we learn from our mistakes, and I guess to put it short, we will do better next time, I guess, but, we can't risk that, and although she does, relish in the idea that, okay, well, science is about taking risks, and it's just, you do feel, you're on Cosima's side when you're, like, against this idea of restarting human cloning, because it's a complicated, thing to begin with. And we've seen the complications with the leaders and the casters. And, just because you say, oh, we'll do better next time or whatever in layman's terms, doesn't mean it's gonna necessarily happen. So, I mean, all Cosima wanted was a cure. So well, then again, Susan could just say, well, if we, manage to find a cure and we can restart human cloning, then we can use that cure. But then again, like I said, there could be more complications arisen, just because it's, I guess, an evolution of cloning. Maybe, I don't know. I'm saying, like, if it, like, even though it might be considered a term of evolution for cloning, doesn't mean it's going to be, more successful. Like, sometimes evolutions can go south. So, there's that fear about, the rest of the new generation of clones that Susan had in mind, having potentially worse situations than the casters and the leaders, should I say. But of course her, idea of restarting human cloning was a lot less malicious than what Rachel had in mind, of course, using them as test subjects. This is the thing, though. I'm kind of glad that we've gotten this Rachel back, so it seems like Rachel's going to be a bit of a big target as well for the final part, but also P.T. Westmoreland as well. See, I thought it was that guy with who was with Delphine, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So interesting stuff. But it's still really, really interesting because I had what I said was I had an idea, which I'll get onto at the end. This is what I was thinking, because I think they said, like, I'm not sure if this was said or if it was just my theories from what we were seeing in the eye or whatever. So, but I did, what I had imagined was there was a Neo-Lucian, because there's obviously two Neo-Lucian factions, it seems to imply. But I had the feeling that P.T. Westmoreland preserved himself. So, like, he didn't age and all that kind of stuff, because, a lot of people have this idea of living forever, and we've gone through the whole thing of creating a better human evolution, erasing all of the deficits that, can hinder, humanity. So, but the ultimate deficit, I guess, is age. And I think that's what P.T. Westmoreland might have done. Like, he's somehow found a way to, I don't want to get too meta with the show because this show dabbles in realistic terms, but I do want to say he's dabbled with the idea of immortality, perhaps. He's found a way to not age. So, like I said, that's the biggest deficit of the human race, is the fact that we are so fragile. And, you know, we've got all of these diseases and all that, but like I said, the biggest deficit is aging and death. So, erase that. So we'll just have to wait and see, you know, what goes on there when Rachel does confront, PT, of course. But, yeah, it was just fantastic. Like I said, it's great and scary to see Rachel back. You know, evil Rachel back. I did say though, I do hope we do get this kind of Rachel back, because of course she's been on the back foot ever since she got her eye gouged out. But, you know, she has been progressing, you know, at certain periods of a time. Like, this season we saw her find her way back to her own feet again. And in this episode, I felt like her issues were kind of diminished. I mean, they will still probably be prominent, like, you know, when she has those stutters and all that, where she can't process the next word, I guess. But they will be brief. They won't even be, you know, prominent. It would be like every once in a blue moon, I guess, for Rachel. But she's definitely back to her old self. And it's scary, but it's really, really great, because the thing with Titania is she plays an excellent, you know, cold-hearted character, as well as, you know, the rest of the other leaders. So it'll be very, very interesting to see Rachel back, considering how great she was in season 2 in terms of being an adversary. So it's going to be very, very fantastic. It's scary, of course, but it makes for a juicier finale, I guess, because of course season 5 being the last season. It's going to be very, very exciting to delve into that. But yeah, it was just fantastic, of course. We got to find out what happened to Delphine at the ending of season 3. Of course, it was Duco. I mean, even in death, he seems to be a pain in the ass. But of course, Crystal did, you know, it was implied that Crystal was there when, you know, Delphine got shot. But of course, she was hiding, of course, and, you know, saw the whole commotion with, I guess, Neolution, picking her up, and, well, eventually she would get, transported to the island. But, of course, it was also great seeing Crystal as well. I guess getting introduced into Clone Club, even though she was not too impressed, to say. I mean, she was like saying, oh, I won't be shocked, and then she's like, Nah, it's not cutting it with me. So, I mean, she even, you know, felt the need to be like, who are you again? Whatever, to Sarah. So, I thought that was an interesting reaction, for Crystal. But, this is the thing though. I love Crystal's character so much. She is so on it. And, yet she's so far in a sense as well. Like, she seems to be on the right tracks, but she kind of get things blurred in between, you know, her, I guess, assumptions, because of course this is all assumption to her. So I just really, really loved that, but it was just really, really fantastic to see Crystal, I guess, introduced to Clone Club, as, even though she might not be too fond of it. And I'm wondering if she's going to play a bit of a contribution in season 5. Even though she's not too fond of it, she's surely got to have some kind of contribution, of course. Susan, I guess she's still alive. I mean, she locked her up in the room, of course, and she's still, you know, breathing, of course. And the thing is, with this show, it doesn't have like a year-long time, you know, lapse to the next season, or, you know, this happens several months later or whatever. It really, for the most part, immediately picks up from where we last left off. So I'm guessing Susan's still going to be alive, but this is the thing, the tables have turned, because it was Rachel in Susan's position at the beginning of this season, and now Rachel has the power. She can, you know, observe Susan withering. Susan withering. So it's great how the tables have turned, I guess, with this season. But it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that develops, because, you know, this is the thing, like I'm saying, Rachel is cold, but now that the tables have turned, she can, and, you know, she has, I guess, had it rough with Susan, not just the upbringing, of course, because, you know, we had that, rejection there from Susan when she was like, you're the biggest mistake and all that, before she did lash out with the knife. yeah, it's not just the upbringing, but of course, throughout season 4, when, you know, Rachel has been under the care of Susan, and especially that thing where she says, "Oh, you were my biggest mistake," basically. So this is what I'm saying though. Like, compared to, like, they've got both human cloning restarting measures in consideration, but Susan's the more lenient option, whereas we know what Rachel's planning on doing. She's using the clones as a test subject, so it's really, really shitty, but here we are. Evie getting killed off, it seems like, you know, that guy with that, you know, I guess sonic device kind of undid all of the things that Evie did to kind of vanquish all of the illnesses, because that, yeah, it's like an undo button, so that was really, really shitty, of course. But yeah, I thought this was really, really fantastic. The Delphine and Cosima reunion was heartwarming, of course. I loved that. Like I said, though, this was not as frantic in terms of Cosima's condition as season 2's was, but it was getting there, especially with how she, you know, she's like, "I think I'm dying," and all that, and we knew she was stumbling all over and that, so it was it was still really, really crap to, you know, see Cosima in that condition, of course, but it was a fantastic way to end on. I can't wait to see how season 5 does deliver, because this season has just been an absolute blast, and even this episode was just fantastic stuff to see. I can't wait to see, what was he called, the Messenger as well. Like, he's going to have some contribution, and, well, he's got to, especially since, you know, Delphine is reunited with Cosima, so, but there seems to be that talk of restriction, like you can't ever leave here. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some way of Delphine somehow making an escape in some capacity to be with Rachel, to be with Cosima at least. But yes, fantastic finale, I really enjoyed it, and like I said, can't wait to see what season 5 has to offer. But yes, until then, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check the videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!